Hello children, welcome to the online classes. In the previous session I explained you reproduction in flowering plants, isn't it? So today let's learn the reproduction in human beings, sexual reproduction in human beings. Human beings start their life with a single cell, the zygote, in the womb of the mother. This zygote undergoes repeated mitotic divisions and forms a group of tissues, and these tissues together form organs, and organs that perform similar function come under an organ system, and different organ systems together form an organism. For the complete formation of this organism, it takes 9 months in the womb of the mother. Afterwards, after these 9 months, the fully grown baby comes into the world. Mother gives birth to the young ones. After mother gives birth to the young ones, either male or female, there are a lot of changes in their body. Say for example, we grow in size, isn't it? So all these are the somatic changes or the bodily changes. They are not the reproductive changes. But in our body, almost all the cells undergo mitotic division after our birth. As a result of this mitotic division only, our body grows. But at certain age, in our body, another cell division starts, that is meiosis. As a result of in our body, every somatic cell has 46 chromosomes. As a result of mitosis, a single cell undergoes mitotic division and gives rise to two daughter cells with the same number of 46 chromosomes. But as a result of meiosis, a single cell undergoes division and gives rise to two daughter cells with only 23 chromosomes. The chromosomal number gets reduced. That is the beginning of the formation of either male sex cell or female sex cells. Why male sex cells and female sex cells are formed due to meiosis and have the half of the number of chromosomes? Because when the male and female gametes fuse with 23 chromosomes, the zygote formed must have 46 chromosomes. This is the reason. If the ovum has 46 and sperm has 46, 192 chromosomes will be in the zygote. But it should not happen so. That is why meiosis starts at a certain age either in male or female. When does this meiosis start in our body? Say for example, if it is male, at the age of 13 or 14, meiosis starts. And in female, at the age of 12 or 13, meiosis starts. How this meiosis starts in our body? When our body starts secreting sex hormones. What are the sex hormones? Sex hormones are the hormones that stimulate the production of male and female sex cells. The male sex cell in human being is sperm and the female sex cell is ovum. So our body starts producing the male or female sex cells at a certain age when the hormones stimulate the reproductive organs. When the hormones are released only, the reproductive organs get stimulated and meiosis starts. As a result of this meiosis, the male sex cells or male gametes or female sex cells or female gametes are produced. Coming to the male reproductive system. This is the male reproductive system. In male reproductive system, there are a pair of testes. These testes are responsible for the production of a hormone, male sex hormone, that is testosterone. The male sex hormone is testosterone. This testosterone stimulates the meiosis in the reproductive organs and starts producing the male sex cell, that is sperm. Thousands and thousands of sperms are produced in male, but in female only one ovum is produced per a month. So how these sperms are produced, let us see. This is the testis There are a pair of testes present within the scrotal sacs. There are a pair of scrotal sacs. This is the penis. And back of the penis, there are a pair of scrotal sacs. Within these scrotal sacs, a pair of testes are present. These testes are responsible for the production of testosterone. Where are these scrotal sacs? Back of the penis, below the abdominal canal. This is head, neck, thorax, chest region, and below abdomen, stomach and all are there, and below that abdomen the reproductive organs are present. Below the abdomen, why the scrotal sacs are present below the abdomen? Because our body temperature is 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Isn't it? Our normal body temperature. But at the normal body temperature, the sperms cannot be produced. They need lesser temperature. This is the reason why the scrotal sacs are present below the abdomen. Below the abdomen, the temperature is lesser than the normal body temperature. That's why it is suitable. It is a suitable place for the production of sperms. In these testes, the sperms are produced when meiosis starts, when testosterone starts its production. Where is the testosterone produced? Within the testes. Testes are a pair of organs present within the scrotal sacs. A pair of scrotal sacs are present, so a pair of testes are present. Singular is TES testis, plural is TES testis. That's the difference, that's it. So, within the testis only, the testosterone is produced and the sperms start producing themselves. So, these sperms which are produced in these testes are stored in the epididymis. The sperms that are produced in the testes are stored in the epididymis. This is the epididymis. Actually, epididymis is not labeled in the textbook. Epididymis opens into this vas deferens. A long tube is there, see? This tube opens out through the penis. Yes? The tube, vas deferens, epididymis, where the sperms are produced. This epididymis opens into the vas deferens. This vas deferens opens out through the penis, and on the way the vas deferens is connected to two glands. What are they? Prostate gland. This is the prostate gland, and this is the seminal vesicle. This is the seminal vesicle, and the seminal vesicle and prostate gland, they secrete some fluid substances. Liquid part of the sperm is produced by this prostate gland and seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle and prostate gland, they secrete certain liquid substance and they release it into this vas deferens. Along with the sperm, they help the sperm to swim freely. The sperms move freely through this tube because of these secretions. Along with this fluid, the sperms come out during copulation or during male and female meet. Then these are released into the female reproductive system where fertilization occurs. So this is the male reproductive system. A penis is there and a pair of scrotal sacs. Within the scrotal sacs, a pair of testes are present where the hormone testosterone is produced, and this testosterone initiates the formation of sperms within the testes, and these sperms are stored in the epididymis, and this epididymis opens into a long tube which opens outside through the penis, and through this vas deferens, this is called, that long tube is called vas deferens. Through the vas deferens, the sperms travel, and the vas deferens is connected to two glands, that is seminal vesicles and prostate gland. This prostate gland and seminal vesicles, they secrete the liquid substance, the fluid substance, and this allows the free movement of the sperm through this vas deferens. And one more thing is, this is urinary bladder. The urinary bladder also open into the vas deferens. So the sperms and urine, for both the passage is similar. The same passage is there. both of them, this is urinary bladder and this is ureter. Ureter also opened into vas deferens. Ureter and vas deferens unite here and they open out through the penis. Understood? So the passage is similar for both urine and for the release of sperms outside. Isn't it? Is it clear? This is the urinary bladder, ureter which opens into vas deferens. This is the vas deferens and these are seminal vesicle and prostrate gland which secrete fluid which mixes with the sperm and along with the sperm they come out. These fluids make the easy flow of sperms. This is the penis. Actually just when the testis starts producing testosterone hormone, there are certain characteristics externally they are visible. We can understand that testosterone started producing in their body. How can we know? Because of the secondary sexual characteristics. What are secondary sexual characteristics? Already you have learned in 8th class. As we are learning male reproductive system, let us know the male secondary sexual characteristics. When does the secondary sexual characteristics appear in male? When the testis starts producing testosterone. What are the secondary sexual characteristics in male? Growth of beard or mustache, widening of the chest, voice change, and growth in armpits and public parts. These are the secondary sexual characteristics in male. If we observe any secondary sexual characteristics in male, we can understand that the testosterone is secreted by the testis and sperms started producing within the testis. The sperms that are produced in the testis are stored in the epididymis, and from the epididymis they pass through the vas deferens during copulation or mating and they come out through the penis and released into the female reproductive system. On the way, these glands which secrete the fluid also allow the free movement of the sperms. That is about male reproductive system. In male reproductive system, as a result of this testosterone, the number of sperms, thousands and thousands of sperms are produced. Understood? So, the structure of sperm is also not given. The structure of sperm is, it has a head and it has a tail, and this tail helps in the easy movement because the sperm has to move and it has to reach the ovum. It has to swim through this vas deferens. It swims through this vas deferens in these fluids. What are the fluids in which it swims? The fluid secreted by prostate gland and seminal vesicles. In that fluid, they swim and reach the female reproductive system. This is the sperm, structure of sperm. Actually, it is microscopic. We have to observe under electron microscope. We can see thousands and thousands of sperms in the semen of male. Hope you understood, children. Have a nice day.